James Lynch here for Home of Fight. I am so happy to be talking to the newest member of the women's bantamweight division, getting a huge win over Bella Mir on Dana White's Contender Series. It is Alex Apodaca here on the program. Alex, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Not as good as you, though. What a win that was. And that's kind of where I wanted to start first is obviously you got a lot of attention with this victory. How have the last sort of 48 hours plus been? Because I know there's been a lot of talk about this fight because of the odds and everything else.
Yeah, there was a lot of like hype around this fight. It was the main event, Bellamir's name. The last 48 hours have been pretty nuts. I was like in Vegas, partied a little bit after my fight, flew back to Denver, packed another bag, and then flew to Austin, so that I could hang with my family here in Texas. So, I mean, it's been crazy. A lot of attention on social media. And my coworkers are all real happy. My family's real happy. So it's been awesome.
Good. Yeah, no, well deserved, obviously. And obviously a big talking point of this was the odds. Like, how much did you know going in that it was like one of the biggest, you were one of the biggest underdogs in UFC history?
I didn't know that. Like, I knew I was an underdog, obviously, and I knew the odds were pretty ridiculous. But I even told my coaches before the fight, like, don't tell me the number. I don't really need to know it. Like, it doesn't change anything.
Yeah, no, for
Like,
sure.
I still go in the cage. She still has to fight me. Nothing changes.
Okay.
No matter what the odds are.
Just your overall thoughts on your performance. Obviously, you got the win. That was the big thing. But did the fight kind of play out how you thought it would?
A little bit. So actually, I haven't even watched the fight back. I need to go do that. I need to watch the fight back. But there's just been so much going on. I thought it might play out like that, to be honest, because I again have just won through decision. This is my fourth win with a decision. And I'm just really comfortable in the cage, right? I knew Bella hadn't spent as much time in the cage, like going through that adversity that a fight can bring. So I had a feeling that if I got between the first and second round, I like sat down on that stool, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Like,
Okay.
this is my shit now. Yeah.
Anything about her surprise you? Like you said, you expected the fight to go that way, but kind of looking back after the fact, I know you haven't watched it, but when you were in the cage, anything different maybe you weren't expecting?
No, because I did think that she was gonna strike, She hits hard. I know that. I mean, look at my fucking eye. Like, she does hit hard. So that was like, whoa. I mean, sometimes it takes me a second to wake up.
Yeah.
But that was like a range thing too. So yeah, I got hit by her at the beginning. It wasn't really a surprise. But I think I thought she would shoot a little more. I think in the third round she really started to do those shots more, but I thought she would shoot in the beginning more too.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe the second round more. But that was really the only difference.
So what's going through your head when you get the UFC contract? Because I know you made a lot of sacrifices even to get here. We talked about the move to Denver and all that stuff. Like, what's going through your head?
That it's just the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of how it feels, right? So it's like, all right, we got where we feel we belong. Now let's see what we can do with it.
And I'm assuming you and Bella didn't talk after the fight, or did you get a moment with her in the cage after? I didn't get to see it or not.
No, I mean, she was real sportsmanlike. Like, we shook hands. I think we did a little hug, and she was real respectful and like kind. Yeah.
Yeah, I know maybe not her whole family being respectful. I know there was obviously some talk from her mom after the fight. And I know this morning I saw on social media, she did come out and apologize and everything else. Have you paid attention to any of that? Or are you just kind of focusing on, what you're doing and going forward?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was happening. So, like, I had no idea. And then, yeah, I guess so everyone else is making it more of a thing.
Yeah. So on your end, it's not a big deal. You don't think?
It didn't impact me really at all.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know, because people can be, and obviously there was a lot in this fight with Bella being such a big favorite, and so people have different feelings about that side of things. And like I said, I think the only person who should be worried about the comments is you, right? So if you're not bummed out by it, I don't think people should be offended on your behalf, right? Yeah.
Right. I mean, people are they just want to fixate on something sometimes, I think. So it's like, I'm just not going to do that.
Okay, well, let's get to the more important stuff. You mentioned you got to go out in Vegas. Like, where did you get to go? How did you celebrate after the fight?
We were just at like one of the casinos, Durango, just having some drinks, hanging out. Just drank a lot of like mezcal ritas, to be honest.
Okay. Is that like your drink of choice or that's just what
Yeah,
they
I
had
love
available?
mezcal. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
I
Okay.
drink a lot of like tequila and mezcal. And then I still haven't really gotten to get like a good Mexican meal. That's what I'm gonna do tonight.
Yeah, well,
I
Texas is going
love
to have it beat
Mexican
no
food.
matter what, right? I mean, Vegas has good restaurants, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get much
Yeah,
better than
like
Texas. Yeah.
my management was like, "Where do we want to eat after the fight?" And I was like, "Mexican," and they were like, "No, wait for Texas to eat your Mexican
Yeah.
food.
It's not
Like,
going to
get
compare.
something
Yeah.
else here." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, okay, okay."
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And mezcal, isn't that like kind of one of the better liquors to have? Like, I know no alcohol is
Is
healthy, but
it?
like, yeah, I think it's better on like the scale because there's not like a ton of sugar in it. I don't think. I think that's one of the big
I mean,
things.
it's not very sweet, that's for
No,
sure. It's like it's also clear most of the time,
yeah,
so
you
it's
can actually
like
see what's
just
going in
like
your body.
that
Yeah,
cleaner feeling, you know?
yeah,
And then they say that like mezcal tequila is the only alcohol that isn't such a downer. I don't
mhm,
know if that's true, but I've
yeah.
heard that 1,000 times that it's like more of an like an up drink, it wakes you
Okay.
up, makes you have fun. So yeah, I don't really know, but it's like smoky. It's delicious. It's my favorite thing.
So we talked about kind of the feedback you got the last 48 hours. Is there anyone that
Yeah.
like you saw comment on the fight that maybe you weren't expecting, like maybe a UFC fight or anything like that? Because I know every now and then when like a big win like this happens, you'll get someone come out of the woodwork and be like, "Hey, congrats on the win." Like anyone give you a compliment that maybe you weren't expecting?
Uh, well, Cejudo like posted a whole thing, which was crazy.
Mhm.
You know who else messaged me, which I appreciated? Sean Strickland. I was like, oh shit, like that's
Nice.
sick.
Okay. Well, that I mean,
Yeah.
that could these you have the same management as him, right? So I'm sure you guys could connect at some point. Kind of build off that.
Yeah.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
what did he say?
Sometimes
Like in
like post
Strickland
like fun.
fashion, he's probably saying something pretty blunt, like "awesome fight" with like maybe a swear word or two in there. No, what did he say?
Yeah, he's like just like me, right? Like it
Yeah.
was just real, like to the point, good job.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks.
And someone I know posted this on social media too. Your follower count, I know, just like skyrocketed after the fight too. I'm sure. I don't know if you were expecting that after the fight.
Yeah. I had like no followers before.
Mhm.
So this definitely like shot it. Like I think it was at like 3,000 and it's at like 18 now.
Nice. Okay.
That's 6 times. So that's crazy. I don't even know if I expected that. I kind of had a feeling. I was like, even if I went out there and just like put on a show, but also lost, like it might go up then too.
Yeah.
Like it was just there was so much eyes on this fight already,
Mhm.
just by the betting odds alone.
Well, don't you think too? It's the fact, and you kind of reference it there about how you're kind of like Strickland, like you kind of what you see is what you get. Do you think people kind of relate to you too as well? Like we got to see a little bit of your personality too, kind of leading up to the fight.
Yeah, totally. And like just the fact that, yeah, I guess it was also the press conference and me talking about my job and stuff. Like, you have to work as you come up in the fight game. Like coming up is so tough,
Mhm.
but that's why I feel like this is just the beginning because it's like you just work to get here and then
Yeah.
it's like there's even more. But I definitely think people relate to that and they relate to like the struggles of just like being a fighter in general. Like it just takes so much. You dedicate your whole entire like being to it. And I'm here for it. Like I love that. But
Okay. When do you want to have that UFC debut? I know again, this fight just happened on Tuesday. I understand that, but is there
yeah.
like an ideal timeline?
I was thinking like maybe end of year, maybe before Christmas so that I could like have a Christmas, like a holiday,
Mhm.
like a proper Christmas with my family. Last Christmas I was in fight camp, so I was cutting weight.
Okay.
But and so this one I want to like be able to enjoy my holidays a little bit. So maybe sometime around there. I don't really know what the cards look like. I have no clue.
There's a Vegas card
Um,
in December. I know that's like the big one. And then I think they have like some, I don't know, they're
there
slowly
might be like
announcing the cards.
January or
Yeah.
like yeah. I mean, I really don't know. I just need to make sure to get healthy and get right. And then, spend the time with my family while I'm here, like really be present and be here with them so that like when I do go back to Denver and get back to the grind, like, I feel satisfied with my time here and seeing the people I want to see.
Will you go back to Denver once you have a fight announced? Is that kind of how it works and stay at home for now?
No, honestly, I'll probably go sooner than that because I like training all the time.
Yeah.
I love to train. So like I won't want to not be training. But maybe like a couple weeks just to like really, get to see everyone without feeling rushed.
Mhm.
Like I hate that feeling. When I'm here in Austin and like I'm like, I have 3 days to see all the folks that I need to see. It's like, no, I want to like chill.
Yeah. No, for sure. A lot
I'm
goes
gonna
into
be,
camp. Yeah. I don't blame you.
yeah. I mean, and that was my fifth one this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And
My
that's the
fifth
other thing.
fight.
You don't want to like overdo it either, right? Like, you know, because that is a
Right.
thing, burnout, right? So that makes
Oh,
sense.
I was like kind of getting to that point even before that end of July fight.
Mhm.
But this opportunity came. And it's like you don't just say no to this,
Mhm.
and it's like that was just like God's gift to me. Like it was just like a blessing put into my life that I got to go out there um and fight Bella, like someone that everyone knew.
Yeah, no, it worked out. Do you kind of study the bantamweight division? Have you kind of had an eye on who you could be potentially fighting or anything like that, or you just let your coaches and management worry about that stuff?
The latter sort of. I'm not a
Yeah.
very like great student in that way. Like
Okay. No, I like the honesty. Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, I think now I might do that. Like I've never had to do that before because it wasn't like, oh, this is the roster in the U.S. It was just like regional, like we're gonna fight whoever really.
Yeah.
So now it might need to be like more strategic or thought about, or but I'll probably leave it up to coaches and management still mostly because I just like to focus on getting better.
My last question, you mentioned not being like a huge student of the game, but did you have anyone that kind of influenced you to get into MMA? Like for a lot of women, I know it's like Ronda Rousey or like Misha Tate, or you go back even further, like, you know, Chris Cyborg or Amanda Nunes. Anyone like that on your
Yeah.
radar, or who
I
had
mean,
it?
I would say like I walked into a UFC gym and there was like a video of Ronda Rousey like doing her thing, and I was inspired by that video. So like I could say that kind of, but other than that, it was just like that my dad loved MMA and he's been a fan of it since the beginning. So that was kind of like why I even thought about trying it.
What was that like seeing him after the fight? That must have been awesome if he's such a big
Yeah,
fan.
that was awesome. He was there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was like standing right there and he got to see like Dana walk up to me. And so it was pretty cool, like to be able to do that, like achieve this thing and my dad get to be there. It was awesome.
And this interview was awesome, Alex. Thanks for making time. I know you
Thank
could be out
you.
eating Mexican right now, but you're joining me instead, so I
I know.
appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna go
So,
tonight. I'm
yeah.
gonna go
So,
tonight.
anyways, if there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, sponsors. If you got any social media you want to plug, you got the 18K. I'm sure you could use a few more. Anything like that, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I'll thank True North. He's one of my sponsors. Iridium, the management company, and then just my friends, family, and my coworkers for all supporting me along the way.